Hi guys, and welcome back. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are asking, what is their karma for hurting you? So it was requested that by one of my viewers that I do another karma reading. So here we are. We will be doing an extended on this one because I want to go a little more in depth for some of you that might need closure or clarity on your situation, because sometimes with these karma readings, we can get into some heavy topics. So in the extended, we will be looking into, well, we're getting a message from them to see, like, what would they say if they were being totally honest? Because, a lot of times when we're asking about people that hurt us, they lie about it. They lie to themselves and all this other stuff. And it helps us figure out, what's true in the situation or not. And another thing I want to say before we get started into the reading is that just you need to use your discernment on this type of reading, right? So if this person only hurt you, a little bit, you need to make the reading fit for the karma that's like applicable to how they hurt you. And if they hurt you more severely, obviously the more severe side of the karma is what applies to that person. So just kind of, use your discernment and judgment to I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, the reading will be accurate, but the severity is going to vary from situation to situation. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Today we have 3 groups to choose from. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. No stones to choose from today. But anyway, go ahead and choose which group you feel most drawn to, that you feel most resonates with the person on your mind who hurt you. You can, of course, choose different groups for different people, but when you're ready, pause the video if you need, but when you're ready, please go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading. Today we are asking, what is their karma for hurting you? So it's a big reading. Let's go ahead and get started. We will be at first off just seeing what it is they did to you so you can confirm that you're in the right reading, and then we are going to look into their karma, and then there will be an extended to this one for those of you who want even more clarity. We are going to be asking in the extended, what would they say if they were being totally honest with you? No lies, no bullshit, none of that. So we'll stick around for that if you're interested. But let's get started. Firstly, what did they do? How did they hurt you? So we have the 3 of discs, which is the 3 of pentacles. We have the 6 of discs, which says success on these cards. And this one says works. And then we have the Princess of Swords in reverse. Okay. So this could be a work thing with the 3 of Pentacles here. It doesn't have to be. We'll see in just a minute. But I do want to say, with the Pentacles here, it is something to do with maybe your finances, stability, or even your physical body. I do feel like there was an unfair exchange here with the 6 of Pentacles. Maybe false promises with the unfair exchange. Let me look at the rest of these cards here. So we have Ire from the Norse mythology cards, which says healing and medicine. I don't know why I chose like all of my big text today. Nothing fits. Okay, and then from the archetypes cards, we have the Visionary. And so the shadow attribute on this says selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Okay, so like I was saying, unfair exchange. If this is a work thing, this could be like someone trying to steal your ideas. But even if it's not work, I just feel like someone's gaining, profiting from something they're taking from you. It could be your energy, it could be your ideas, it could be your life force, something like that. In a very few cases, there might be some, I don't even want to say what I just heard. Some unfair, some trafficking of some kind here. That's obviously not for everybody here. Okay, so, okay, this is like so unfair. There's like a lot of unfairness here. Like someone took something from you and then used it and then profited off of it. So it's not just that they hurt you, it's like they gained from hurting you. So you were left with shit, and this person was, put up on a pedestal. I think there's like a Halsey song about something where she says, like, I'm the one that put you up there. So I feel like you helped put someone up there, whether you kind of voluntarily offered your energy and then they shat on you, or they actually stole it, they took it from you. Regardless, someone profited and benefited financially, societally, health-wise, just from you. And you were not fairly compensated from that. Yeah, it was basically they stole from you. So they might have made you sick too. Like you might have actually become physically sick, or they might have hurt your body in some way. I don't know if some of you maybe suffered from, I don't know, an autoimmune condition from this person's hands or something. Maybe something to do with your nervous system. I also feel like not only did they hurt you in this way where they created this unfair situation and they gained from you, I feel like they hit your reputation. Like they hurt you and then they tried to paint you bad and then made other people dislike you. I feel like they tried to paint you as, specifically they tried to paint you as vengeful or vindictive. It's like they hurt you, and then like when you reacted to it, or tried to defend yourself even. Look how she's like sitting here on this rubble trying to defend the last scraps of what she has. It's like they tried to paint you're defending yourself or finally standing up for yourself as, look, you're the problem. You know, it's called reactive abuse or whatever it's called. But they did that, and I feel like it kind of worked, maybe because this person was on an elevated social platform or something after they encountered you, that people kind of believed them. People took their side, and like, so you're sitting here on the rubble just mustering up the strength to defend yourself, and they have the audacity to call you the one that's vengeful and vindictive. I'm also seeing like a windmill. So windmill is like circling on and on forever. So it's like they also generate power, right? So this person was using you as a power source, stealing your energy or resources, and not feeding back into you. It's almost like instead of a windmill, like a power generating hamster wheel. So they had you running on this hamster wheel, maybe by offering false promises, things like that. So you're just running in circles trying to make things happen, not knowing how much this person is stealing from you until it's too late, I feel. And just the triangle on this card, I do feel like you are dealing with someone who is a triangulator, right? So they're obviously playing social games. They want to paint you as the vindictive, vengeful one after they hurt you. They probably also tried to pit other people against you. Yeah, triangulation. So they might have for a while tried to make it look like someone else was trying to hurt you instead of them, but like shifting the blame. So maybe that's how they got away with it for so long, is you didn't realize that this person was kind of deceitful behind the scenes, and maybe that's why there was this unfair exchange going on, if that kind of makes sense. This person might have also like mocked something about your appearance or dress or your makeup or something like that. I don't know why that's coming through. I might just be talking about a smear campaign, or someone's just trying to... Okay, so I'm seeing like jewelry and makeup, right? So I feel like this person, maybe this is a metaphor for like this person is saying that you're fake or overcompensating, right? Like, you know how sometimes people say, well, you're just wearing a ton of makeup to make up for the fact that you're not attractive. That could be a metaphor for like this person is saying that you're fake or you're overcompensating or you're trying too hard or something like that. Like the actual conversation doesn't have to be about makeup or things like that. I hope that makes sense. But it's like they're saying, I don't know, like they're trying to paint you like you are stepping above where you belong. You know, like for instance, if this is a work thing, because we have the pentacles here, it's just an example, but like you're trying to act like a leader when you're not, you know, even though that's basically what this person was doing. They're projecting that onto you. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to briefly get what they had done to you for confirmation. So let's actually get into their karma, their consequences, and then we will look into what they would say if they were being completely honest with you. So for their karma, we have their rune, which is Dagas, the rune of daylight, the rune of light. It's also the rune of truth and clarity. So part of this person's karma is the truth is coming out. Okay, so obviously they've told some lies here. They painted you a certain way. They tried to damage your reputation. They said, I'm not the bad one. Group one's the bad one. But Dagas, this is light, divine truth shining on the situation. Look at these rays here. They won't be able to hide behind those lies forever. It's like there's maybe some kind of evidence, or maybe somebody else knows the truth who's going to come forward. Somehow the truth is going to be brought to light, and they can't hide it anymore. And it's going to make them feel really cold and shriveled up. Like I'm seeing a snowball. So I feel like this person's going to feel frozen when the truth comes out. They're going to be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I can't get away with this anymore. Let's see here. I also keep seeing Mars. So Mars is, you know, it's that masculine energy. It's that aggressiveness. So I don't know if that's because this person was very aggressive with you. Obviously, like I said, for some of you, they hurt you physically, either directly or made you sick in some way. So that might play into their karma. This person might face some sort of physical aggression, or some sort of dimming of their masculine energy, their vitality, their ability to act or move, or if this is a man, his ability to feel masculine. So let's see here. So from the Norse mythology cards, we have Sigyn, which says loyalty, and that is Loki's wife. We have Hermod, which says the brave traveler. Then we have the tragic hero and the ghost town. Okay, Spirit, what is this person's karma for hurting group one? So secondly, we already talked about the truth coming out. Social isolation. This person is going to be painfully, tragically alone. And it's going to depend on the severity for some of you. Like, this might be, you know, spending years completely isolated, having no friends, things like that. Or just, if this is a less severe karma, it could be this person goes through a problem and there's literally nobody there to help them during this problem, this phase in their life. But yeah, massive loneliness, isolation. It's depressing, it's devastating. Oh, look at like this guy. He's like got all these crows around him. It's like maybe this person's going to face some level of an attack from other people too while they're isolated. So they're being attacked by others. Maybe it's even unfairly in this situation that comes up in the future. And, you know, they have no one to turn to. They have no one on their side. It's like everyone turns against them. And maybe it's, for some of you, it's like the same situation. The people they lied to with about you, they suddenly turn on them. It just depends on the situation. But for others of you, this is like a new situation that's going to happen in the future where they probably didn't actually do anything wrong in this particular case, but maybe someone lies about them or everyone turns on them unfairly, and they kind of have to experience what that's like for someone to paint them poorly when they didn't actually do anything wrong in that situation. They're going to feel so alone, so attacked. Like, look, there's just this empty hall back here, and this person's running in the background, like desperately searching for someone to help them, and they can't find it. It's so sad. This person's going to feel humiliated, like straight up humiliated, like completely exposed, especially with maybe when the truth comes out about this situation. But I feel like more truth about them is going to come out in the future, and not just stuff they did with you. A lot of their darkness is going to be exposed. It's kind of like I'm sorry I say so much lately, you guys, but that Johnny Cash song, God's gonna cut you down. Sooner or later, God will cut you down. And, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, all of this person's seedy bullshit and their lies are going to be exposed, and this person is going to feel so humiliated. For some of you, if this person is like very bad and like a violent criminal or something, that they might actually, these are starting to look like bars to me, so they might actually end up in prison, and the exposure is going to lead to consequences like that. Obviously that's not for most people, but yeah, humiliation. This person is alone, they're humiliated. I feel like part of the isolation for some of you is because they feel so humiliated, they kind of isolate themselves and they cut off everyone else because they just don't want to face how people see them now when the real them is exposed. Like, even people they thought were on their side or their friends, they suddenly get like really paranoid about those people, thinking everyone's about to backstab them. So yeah, people who they thought were loyal, and maybe they do have loyal people, but they get so paranoid about it that they feel like anyone who's loyal to them is about to stab them. So another karma is, I feel like that there is some level of sickness this person will deal with. And so this story of Loki's wife, Loki was basically poisoned and then was left shaking. So I don't know if this person might face some health consequences due to some type of poison. I don't know if someone deliberately poisoned them, but like maybe they've poisoned themselves, especially if this is like someone who is not living a very healthy lifestyle, poisoning themselves with, just whatever, cigarettes or alcohol or other substances, that might catch up to them. So, but also maybe just some other types of health consequences, because Loki's shaking. So maybe like their nervous system, something might affect their nervous system specifically. Or their cognitive capacity, because the light, truth, knowledge, this is the brain. I also feel like this person's going to age really poorly. Like, they're going to age really quickly. Like, they might get gray hair sooner than normal for other people. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but maybe this person was kind of vain. And so it like hurts this person a lot just because of their own vanity. I feel like this person is going to feel so defensive, so paranoid all the time. Once they feel exposed, it's just like constant paranoia, constant defensiveness. I also feel like they're just, like I said, cognitive capacity. They're not going to be able to understand or process information as quickly. It's like something happens. And I keep seeing flowers. I don't know what the flowers are about, because that doesn't sound like bad karma to me. Maybe that means something to somebody. Especially, I'm getting like beds of flowers, like those ones that grow really fast, like Mexican primroses. That's really, really specific. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell us any more about this person's karma? What karma will they face for hurting group 1? Could be muscular atrophy for some of them, because like I was saying, their masculine energy, their vitality is going to hit. So especially if this was like a really like masculine, tough guy, manly man, this person might, I don't know, just lose a bunch of muscle mass really quickly or something like that, or face other forms of male impotency. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, we have the Death. What is their karma? Spirit, their karma. 3 of Swords. I feel like this person, with King of Wands on the bottom. So King of Wands being on the bottom, that's like being dethroned, right? They thought they were such hot shit. Such hot shit. Because they used you, I feel like they've also used other people too to kind of elevate themselves, but then they kind of delude themselves into thinking, I did this on my own, I didn't use anybody, all the collateral damage just kind of disappears. But I just feel like once they feel so exposed, once they feel so humiliated, they're kind of forced to look at themselves. And I feel like they do end up feeling guilt and understanding how much they've hurt other people. But I feel like this is happening later in life after they've been brought down really low. For some of you, like, I'm almost seeing destitution, but that's not for everybody here. It's like they're brought so low, they have to face what they did. I also feel like with the Eight of Pentacles there, they are going to just have to work harder. They're going to have to put their head down and just grind. Especially like if this was a career thing, like we were mentioning in the beginning, like if they kind of took your ideas or your work and, you know, they stole or your money to get ahead. It's like this person's going to have to work like 3 times as hard as they would have in the first time if they had just done it by themselves without taking from you. Yeah, they're going to have to work hard. And especially with the King of Wands on the deck, I feel like they're going to have to be on the bottom, right? They tried to artificially elevate themselves, and now they have to like be underneath other people who are above them and, you know, just basically submit, keep their head down. It's going to really hurt. Ooh, the Empress under here. So this is very specific, but if this person had was specifically like misogynistic or something like that and hated women, or they needed to keep women below them, and you know, this could go the other way around too, if you know your person's situation. But specifically in that case, it's like this person might have to like work for or work underneath women as their bosses, and it's going to really, I don't know, part of what humiliates and what they feel emasculates them, because they felt like they had to keep women down and them stay ahead. Like, you can't promote women, you can't, blah, 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 whatever. And again, this is a specific situation. It's not for everybody, but that might be the case for somebody. And if it's not like a woman thing, it could be a racial thing. Like, this person just believed that you or people like you or something like that deserve to be below them. And then part of their karma is they have to be below those people who they thought they were, that they were better than. And this could be any situation. Like, you know, this person might have, you know, judged homeless people, for instance, and then maybe they're brought to a place of destitution, like I was saying. So take it as it resonates for your situation. This person is going to have a lot of collapses. And under the hands of authority figures, because we have the Hierophant here, right? So institutions and systems will tear them down. So for instance, if this is a person that, you know, lies in business a lot, I feel like they're going to get caught. They might get sued, or even worse, they might face criminal charges if that's the case. School systems, religious systems, something, like they're going to be brought to their knees, and they're going to be made to feel like, you know, like a little child that has no choice. I don't know if this person hurt you as a child. For some people, I'm just barely picking that up. I mean, we could be talking about a parent here. This person's inner child wounds might also eventually just take over, because this person is obviously not faced them. Yeah, this person is going to face collapse. It's really sad. But with the Three of Swords here, it's like they eventually understand, but I don't know the level of that. But I think I'm going to move on to the extended now, where we are going to see, like I said, what would they say if they were being totally honest with you? How, like, kind of their side of the situation, any lies, expose things like that. And then I might also get a message from their higher self, I'm thinking. But anyway, if you're gonna meet me over there, I will see you in just a second. But otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff if you're interested. But anyway, I will see you soon. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. The topic for today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is, what is their karma for hurting you? So we have a lot to cover today. We're going to go ahead and get started. We will be looking first into what it is they did to you, so you can get confirmation that this is the right person reading, just clarity there too. And then we will look into their karma. And today also there will be an extended. For those of you who want some extra clarity, in the extended, we're going to ask what would they say if they were being 100% honest? Because, like, the people who hurt us, obviously, there's usually a lot of lies involved and not owning up to shit. So we will be getting a message from them. We will also be asking, will they ever apologize? Will they ever truly regret it? And we will also be getting some clarity from their higher self to help you move forward from the pain they caused. But anyway, let's jump in here. So firstly, what did they do to you? What was it they did? So we'll start with the mediator. So from the archetypes cards, we have the mediator, and the shadow attribute on it says negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. So that right there says a lot. So this person might have probably did some things behind your back. You know, they said one thing to your face, hiding things otherwise. So this could be like, I don't know, pitting you off in a friends group, or this could be a romantic partner who cheated or was hiding other things from you. At work, this could be someone lying to your face. Again, it's like someone pretending to be your friend and then like not be your friend or a committed lover or something. They're pretending to be one thing, saying other things to other people's back. I almost feel like it's, with the skewer near here, it says messenger and diplomat. This person might have even made up stuff that you said, or tried to paint off your behavior in a certain way. They might have even tried to act as a gatekeeper to how others perceived you. So in some cases, they might have like isolated you, or like they were your only point of contact between a certain group of people. And so they were in between the communication, so they tried to paint it a certain way, and it feels like it was probably not always painting you in a great light. I feel like they just, whatever the situation was, they were trying to control the narrative. They placed themselves in a position where they could control the narrative about you, and it was to control your behavior and the behavior towards others towards you, because they just wanted, there's control issues here. It's disgusting. Okay, anyway, from the tarot, we have the moon, we have the Fool in reverse, and we have the Ten of Swords, which says ruin. Even if this wasn't romantic, and I know it was for some of you, like some of you, you're asking about a partner who cheated on you. But the first thing I noticed on this card was that one of these swords is going through a heart here. So whatever happened here, you were left heartbroken. Even if this was a work thing, it was almost like a work or a project that you poured like your soul into, your heart into, or a lot of your time and energy, and then it got cut off. So you ended up heartbroken, whether it's romantic heartbreak or otherwise. It's like you trusted this person, because they're painting themselves off as this mediator, this friendly person, but they weren't. They were the snake. Everything was dealings behind your back. So many things behind your back. So much crap being said. I feel like if this was a romantic partner, it seems like they even tried to get your own friends to be against you so they could get away with some stuff. There might have been gaslighting here. Just trying, making you want to feel crazy, or making others think that you're crazy, something like that. They just really wanted to control how other people see you. This is almost like a person who likes, they thrive in, they like creating chaos, especially social chaos. Like they get off on it. They enjoy it. They like, doing little tiny things, or saying little tiny things, to maybe getting between two different people, not for any reason other than that it's funny to them, to cause drama, to cause conflict. Ew. Like this person had, like, because I'm seeing a spider web, like a whole web of intricate dramas they were trying to weave between different people. They like to pit people against each other, and especially against you in this case. They liked creating rivalries where there was none. I just feel like you were totally trusting of this person with the Fool in reverse here. Like, you thought they were who they were said they were, obviously, or you wouldn't have kept interacting with this person. And I feel like you just found out who they were too late, and it left you in this 10 of swords with the 10 swords in your back, with your heart broken. Maybe this person did this to you when you were really young, a child, or otherwise just naive. Maybe before you learned about manipulative people. It's like this person, they pulled the wool over your eyes. And maybe you just didn't understand at the time that there are bad people out there or something like that. Yes, something really, for some of you, this was something bad that happened to you in your childhood, and I'm sorry. It feels like also this person might have restricted your freedom. They might have disrupted your peace. Maybe you met this person being happy, young, free, peaceful, and then you left just like 10 of swords, a total wreck. Just shocked. I am feeling a lot of confusion. I do, with the moon here especially. This is a lot of fogginess, a lot of confusion. I feel like, oh, especially with all this swirly fog energy here. You just found, I feel like it happened kind of slowly and gradually over time, and then it kind of ramped up. So it's like you were a little confused by some things and you brushed it off, but then it just seems like you kept getting more and more confused. And you just confusion. So this is a lot of gaslighting, a lot of lies, a lot of pretending things are one way and they're not. And I do keep seeing something about like pets here, especially like little breeds of dogs. That's for somebody here, if that's relevant or if you needed that confirmation. I also keep seeing keys, so I don't know if there is a access to something or access to a bit of property or an asset or something that was fought over here. I mean, with the mediator here, we could be talking about a legal case or a divorce or something like that, which is a form of legal case, I guess. Oh, the Fool was in reverse here. So the Fool being in reverse could be a loss of innocence of some kind. Like I said, you met this person naive, and now you're wiser about manipulative people. This person like really did not want people to believe you. So they had like a very vested interest in making sure nobody believed you. So they that's why they played these games. They wanted people to think that you were crazy or unstable or something. So they told a bunch of lies to your friends, your family, someone like that, just so the truth about whatever they did to you would not come out. Whether it was cheating or some form of abuse or something like that. I feel like eventually you started feeling stuck because I'm seeing like legs being tied to the ground. So it's like you felt like you couldn't move. So this could be maybe frozen in fear at some point to deal with this person, or they had you just so confused you literally just froze because you like don't know any direction or any step that you can take. And this was like deliberately calculated, deliberately planned. It's awful. I also keep seeing a boomerang. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's about the karma. Like it's just gonna come right back and hit them eventually. It might be faster karma or something like that. But yeah, so again, ulterior motives, underhand dealings. They also just really wanted some sort of truth, and it was probably what they did to you or the betrayal that they did to you. They wanted it buried deep underground. So far, no one can find it, but let's see here. Okay, so let's move on to their karma. Hopefully that gave you some clarity that this is the right person that we're talking about here. They also wanted to really portray themselves as a leader. They know everything, that kind of thing. But okay, so their karma, let's see. For the runes, we have Ingus, which means seed, and we have Perthro, which is luck. Okay, so firstly, with this being seed, this could mean infertility might be part of their karma here. So some level of infertility or impotence. I also feel like part of this, though, because this is about actions springing forth into life. You know how seeds burst through the ground? What I was just kind of getting about, your feet being stuck in the ground, this person made you feel like you couldn't move and that you had no choice or nowhere to go or frozen. I feel like that's part of this person's karma. They're going to end up in a situation where they also feel frozen and they have no choices. They have no options on where to move except to maybe take the 10 swords in their back. Where they're going to be confused and afraid. So I do feel like one of the things that is going to boomerang back is the fear. The absolute utter terror and fear. And maybe this person for some of you didn't make you feel like absolute terror and fear, but I just feel like that's going to be part of their karma for some reason. Also with Perthrow here, I feel like it's going to be like a series of unfortunate events type of thing where it just seems like they just get really unlucky all of a sudden and everything falls apart. And it just seems just like their luck's run out. This could also be some of them develop a gambling addiction or something like that, or they make some kind of risky investments, lose some money. But let's see here, what else do we have? So from the Norse mythology cards, we have Forseti in reverse, and it says fairness and judgment. It's in reverse. We have Odin, which says omniscient, wisdom, poetry, and language. Then from my Dominion cards, we have the Hermit, Copper, and Pasture. Okay. So yeah, this person is going to feel like there's a lot of unfair circumstances happening to them. Because I feel like this karma is going to come in a way where it's like not directly related to you. So they're not going to pick up on the fact that, the bad things that start happening to them are because of what they did to you. Because it's going to be so unrelated to you. It's just going to feel like bad luck. It's going to feel unfair, but karmically, from the universal perspective, it is because of what they did to you and potentially other people in some of your cases. So they might fall into a trap. They might get scammed. I feel like, I feel like someone's going to lead them on and they're going to fall into a trap. And for some of them, this is even like a legal trap. Like maybe even something as bad as like being framed for a crime. Not quite like that. Or like, or even like a detective trapping them into doing something and they get caught. Whatever it is, they're going to get caught doing something bad. But I feel like it's because someone ensnared them into it. And maybe that's what they did to you. They like ensnared you in some way where you felt trapped. This is also looking like an elevator, but an elevator that doesn't move. It's like a stuck elevator. So again, this stuckness, maybe that's even literally what will happen to some of them. They'll be trapped in an elevator and can't get out. That's terrifying to me. Oh my God. But so yeah, I just feel like it's almost like part of their karma is an authority figure will not, I'm hearing no mercy. No mercy will be shown. They'll be like up against an authority figure, whether that's a judge, a boss, something or other, when they get caught for something or exposed, and there will be absolutely no mercy, harshest punishment available, no leniency. Because maybe that's what they did to you. Maybe they were harsh and merciless, and now they have to face somebody who is going to be merciless to them. I also feel like they're going to be caught up in something, whether they're getting scammed or ensnared, and they're just confused. Like they have to make a lot of strategic moves, and they don't know what moves to make because they're operating totally in the dark and confused. Like this moon energy, the confusion they put you in. But it's like dire stakes for them, and they have no idea what moves to make. Also, I'm seeing like building a house brick by brick. But they like don't have any plans. Like they don't have any plans, but they're being forced to try to build something without knowing how to do it or what to do it. it's strange karma. For some of you, this person might turn to religion. Or if they're already a religious person, they might get outcast from their church, or this could just be their community in general. But I'm seeing it's like a church group outcasting them or shunning them or something like that. For others of you, they might just, maybe it's because they eventually realize what they did wrong, and we can get more into this in the extended, of course, but they might realize what they did wrong, and then they turn to religion, look for forgiveness, and they try to become a better person. Because I'm also getting like the 12-step program, like Alcoholics Anonymous. So I don't know if that's a thing, or that they will eventually change their ways, get better, stop being a bad person, through religion or maybe something else, spiritual awakening, something like that. It feels like, remember what I was saying? Like, this person wanted to portray themselves as a leader, the mediator, the friend, the one who knows what's going on. Especially if this person was positioning themselves as this knowledgeable leader, they're going to end up not being a leader. They're going to end up like the sheep. They're the ones that have to be led. Like, they lose their decision-making power in some way or another. Where is my tarot? Okay. Not that one. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us more? What is the person who hurt group number 2? What is their karma? What is the karma for the person who hurt group number 2? So the 7 of Pentacles and the Emperor. So, okay, so this rune is about a seed, like a seed to a tree. And then the 7 of Pentacles is like the results, the fruits that grow on that tree. I feel like this person's going to try to plant a lot of seeds in their life, and those seeds aren't going to bear fruit, right? It's just like the things they try are going to wither away before the fruit ends up bearing itself. Emperor. Again, this authority figure, they're going to have to face some type of authority that is going to be show no mercy. And it's because they put themselves as this authority figure or this mediator. They forced themselves to be the go-between between two things, and they were not fair about it. And now they have to face the consequences of being not fair. Okay, we have the 2 of Swords. And again, they feel like they're operating in the dark. They have to make moves. They cannot figure it out. One more, please, Spirit. Can we get one more? And it just feels so unlucky to them. They think it's so unfair. And they don't, for some reason, when it happens, they're not connecting it to their past behavior. I'm also seeing like Native American tribal eagles, like totem poles, something like that. So for some of you, if you're Native, maybe this has to do with the elders in your tribe or something like that. That's very specific. So we have the Sun. So innocence, like I was saying, some of you, they just took advantage of your innocence, or they corrupted it in some way. For some of them, this is horrible, but they might lose access to their children if they have children, something like that. Or it's just like something that brings them a lot of childlike joy, something that really makes them happy, like one of their biggest hobbies. Something's going to happen to them where they're not going to be able to do that anymore. And the joy is going to be basically sucked out of their life. It's awful. But okay, I think I'm going to move on to the extended now. So for those of you who are going to follow me over there, we are going to see what would they say if they were being 100% honest with you. All these lies stripped away, will they confess to what they did? We're going to see if they will ever apologize, and we will get a message of clarity to help you move forward from their higher self. So if you want to join me over there, I am very looking forward to that. And for the rest of you, thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you in just a minute. Bye. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are asking, what is the karma for the person who hurt you? So we got a lot to cover today. There will be an extended to this one for those of you where it's really resonating and you need some closure. In the extended, we're going to be asking, what would this person say if they were being 100% honest, totally honest, all the lies stripped away, because people who hurt us are usually liars, and they're not straightforward with things. And we will also ask, will they ever apologize or fully regret what they did? And we will also get a message from their higher self to kind of help you get closure. So that's the extended, but let's go ahead and get started with the actual karma part of the reading. So first we are going to look at what it is they did to you, so you can confirm this is the right reading. And then later we will look at the karma. You can scroll ahead if you want to skip this part, but this part often provides some insights here. So what they did to you, we have the Judge, and the shadow attribute on this says offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Okay, so firstly, obviously this person might have done something actually illegal, whether it's criminal or other types of illegal, or I'm getting, like, especially if this is like a romantic relationship or a personal relationship, I want to say a family member too. This is someone who berated you a lot, criticized you a lot, very unfairly. And we have the scales being out of balance here. So there is a massive unfairness, injustice that happened here, obviously, since this is a karma reading. But it was probably really not legal, not fair, against a contract for some of you with that card there. Okay, so we also have the God card, and the shadow attribute says despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So again, cruelty, berating you, belittling you, just criticizing little details even for some of you. But overall, I do feel like with these two cards here, this person was in a position of authority over you in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so this could be a boss or a business entity. This could be a religious figure. This could be a parent. Some way they had authority over you. For some of you, this could be a really imbalanced, like, marriage or something like that, where this person eventually took authority over you or unfairly did so. Whatever it is, there is a big imbalance of power in this connection with this person, and they abused that authority pretty directly and pretty I want to say extremely in some cases. But again, as I said in the intro, apply the karma and everything relative to how much they hurt you. Okay, so from the Norse mythology cards, we have Durin, which says the doorkeeper and navigation. And that is in reverse. For some of you, this might have been someone who you might describe as having little man syndrome. Doesn't have to be for everybody. But, okay, so this person definitely gatekept information, especially if this is like in a business corporate environment. This might have been like a boss who like just played an unfair gatekeeper between you and the higher ups and other people. Also just blocking your path forward. I feel like this person tried to block your blessings, block your wealth, block the results of whatever you put in, your work, your love, your energy, whatever it is. I feel like they definitely tried to stop it. Some of them might have tried to use legal authority over you. Could be any type of abuse of power or authority, though. Like a parent who, very strict, punished you very harshly for tiny mistakes, things like that. Okay, and from the Thoth Tarot, we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords, which says interference in reverse. And we have the Seven of Pentacles, which on these cards say failure. I feel like this person abused their authority so bad, it puts you in a state of failure, in a state of maybe helplessness. Maybe they tried to, for some of you, they might have even devised ways to make you dependent on them, just so they could maintain their power and authority and control. they just like stopped your path forward. If you had any momentum going forward, this person was in your life, they stopped it, and then suddenly like everything started crashing down for you. So you met this person, maybe you were here, then suddenly you're here after them. They drained you of resources, of energy. They might have cut off your communication with other people, isolated you in some way with the Eight of Swords reversed here. I really feel like this person also kind of, it's like they almost stole, because I'm seeing like your solar plexus energy, like they stole that, which it would be like your self-confidence, your personal power. I feel like they kind of drained that from you. Just because this person is so power hungry, so control hungry. They really, really wanted to hit you in your self-confidence so that you would, I feel like in not every case, but in most cases, they wanted you to feel dependent on them because it makes them feel good. It makes them feel powerful. And with the Queen of Cups here, they might have taken advantage of your empathy to do this. Like maybe they told sob stories, or, you know, you need to work harder because of this, you know, this person, you know, just weaving stories to make you give more out of empathy, when this person, they knew, like, it was a manipulation from their end. This is also looking like a genie lamp to me. So this person might have promised like some wishes coming true, or promised things for you, did some future faking. And then it turned out those wishes either never manifested, or they were not exactly as they appeared. So there might have been some deception involved, some trickery, things like that. Like they lured you into something. They lured you into working more or giving more with these promises of these wishes that turned out to, you know, be nothing as they promised. Maybe they just never happened at all. Like things fizzled out. Also seeing something about death here. Maybe they mocked a death of some kind. I'm not sure. It's strange, like mourning death or using a death against you. That's very specific, and that's not for everybody. So some of them, they might have threatened you with that if they had like some level of a physical power over you. But this might also be just your ability to support yourself, your family, and your resources as well. So, okay, that is what they did to you. So hopefully that resonates for your situation. Let's look into their karma now. What karma will they receive for this awful, awful energy that's coming through here? Okay, so for your runes, we have Raidho, we have Isa, and we have Ansus. Okay, I just got like a really heavy energy that like shot down from the top of my head out towards my hands. I'm not sure what that is, but it was very forceful. I don't know what that means, but it's like heavy, like weighted heavy, like it weighs a lot. So maybe this person's going to be weighed down from mental responsibilities, or with Ansus here, that this is this rune rules like communication, written word. This person might be forced into dealing with a lot of paperwork for a very long time, especially if they did something illegal here. That there might be a lot of paperwork in regards to that. This person, like, they're going to be bound to like a desk or a paperwork or something, like they're going to be trapped to it. But interesting. I also feel, so Raito is about movement forward, fast movement forward, journeys, and then we have Isa here, which is ice, freezing. So this person's movement is going to be restricted in some way. They're going to be stuck. If this person did something like massively criminal or illegal, they might actually lose their ability to actually move or travel, things like that, where they are actually legally restricted from going certain places, things like that. But I mean, that could manifest in so many different ways. Physical paralysis, if this was really severe karma. But it could also just be like they become dependent on others, because I'm seeing like someone becoming prematurely aged and having to like rely on nurses and things to get around. with no one actually who loves them there to support them. Like they become dependent on people who just, this is just my job to take care of you. I don't actually care about you beyond that. Like there's no love in that kind of relationship. So this might be someone who ends up extremely alone and dependent. And I feel like they hate that. They hate that. Like they're forced to bow their head down, almost in shame in some ways. Let's see here. So from the Norse mythology cards, we have Skrymir, which says deception and undermining of confidence. Isn't that what I just said? Like your solar plexus, like they were draining that energy. So someone is also going to drain their confidence. And maybe for some of them, it is like this physical health issue that kind of restricts them. So they have to rely on others. They have to be underneath someone else's authority. Which puts them in a position where they can be betrayed and deceived in the way they betrayed and deceived you. For some of them, they might have like an equivalent authority figure who abuses their power in some way. I don't think it's necessarily the exact same way for some of you, but maybe the exact same in some cases. I also feel like this with the ladder here. I'm just seeing like they're trying to climb up this ladder and they keep slipping and falling down. So they're not getting anywhere, and they actually just keep this is a ladder too. That's crazy. They keep falling further and further down that ladder. I also feel like someone's just going to toy with them and treat them like a puppet. They're going to be bossed around to do someone else's bidding. If they're not restricted physically or otherwise. Let's see here. We also have Jarl and Arna, which says ambition and collaboration. I am hearing betrayal, like they just keep repeating betrayal. So somebody close to them or important to them is going to betray them. It could be a business partner with this card here, a business partner or a spouse specifically. Could be betraying secrets, exposing certain activities, something like that. This person is going to feel not just betrayed, but the betrayal is going to cause massive consequences in their life. I mean, for some of you, it might be you who initiates this betrayal or something. I don't know. Depends on the situation. And we also have Ymir, which says creativity, novelty, and artistic struggle. Chaos. I feel like maybe this person, they love order and control and having this authority and this power, and it crumbles because there's so much internal chaos. They can't control other people. They eventually can't even control themselves, and all that chaos manifests externally. Like their life just starts falling apart piece by piece by piece. Everything they thought they had control over, every person they tried to exert authority and control over, eventually they lose that. They lose it, and it just melts out of their hands. Even their pets don't even obey the supposed authority they think they have over everybody else. I also feel like this person is going to deal with just physically just a lot of exhaustion. They're going to be so tired. And maybe it's because, like I said, they took your energy, they drained your life force. For some of you, they made you overwork or overgive too much by taking advantage of this empathy. So I just feel like they're going to be dealing with fatigue, like chronic fatigue. And maybe that was that heavy weightiness I was feeling. They are just so fatigued, like they don't have the brain power or the physical power to just do things. And everything feels like drudgery. It's difficult, it's hard for them. Okay, Spirit, can we get more? Tell us more about this person's karma who hurt group 3. Again, climbing stairs, not getting anywhere, slipping down. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This person is going to have a lot more responsibilities because they're not going to have all the people they used to have control over, including you, I feel like I do need to jump in and say, like, I feel like some of this is cumulative karma. So it's not just karma for what they did to you. I feel like this person probably has a pattern of treating many people this way, and it catches up to them. But all the responsibilities they threw onto you and onto other people, they're going to be responsible for it, and they're not going to have the energy to be able to accomplish them. And they get drained so fast. Page of Swords. This person is an abuser of power, and like I keep saying, betrayal. So this person is going to make a lot of enemies and not realize how many enemies they have, and how much power those enemies have. And their enemies are going to be watching their every move, waiting for them to slip up, which is really difficult for them because they're so tired. They are so tired, and they can't even keep up with all their responsibilities. So of course they make a mistake. Their enemies are watching them like a hawk, and they fall. They fall. They get caught. They fall. They get exposed. Something like that. Two of Swords. Again, blocked from moving forward. Can't travel. Can't move. Stuck. Frozen. Even their ability to communicate. I feel like they with the Answers rune here, like something is going to restrict their ability to communicate with others. Like I'm even getting like restricted ability to even call others or communicate with family members. I don't know if this person is going to be cut off in some way from communicating with others. I also feel like that they don't have the same access to information, special information, insider information as they used to, if that resonates with somebody. Insider information. Or they're not going to have the same social influence, right? Because if this is someone who had like actual material power over you in the world, like your boss or somebody, maybe they're not in with that group who used that power. I just heard extortion in some cases. I don't, that must resonate for somebody. And then we have the Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles on the bottom, which is crazy, right? Because our very first card, we have these imbalanced scales, and now we have the Six of Pentacles, which is balancing those scales. So if they stole something from you, firstly, the universe will make it up to you materially in some way or another. Like, that will be returned to you, and it will be taken from them, and probably with interest. So we have the Seven of Wands here. This person is going to be forced to be on the defensive, to compete constantly, and they're already so exhausted, they're just going to keep getting more and more exhausted. But I think I'm going to move on to the extended now. For those of you who want to follow me over there, again, we are asking, what would this person say if they were being totally honest? All their truth completely exposed. They're not allowed to lie. And we will also see, will they ever truly understand the extent to which they hurt you, feel sorry, and actually apologize? And we will also get a message from their higher self. So if you want to go join me over there where we dive into that, I will see you in a minute. But for the rest of you, thank you so much for being here. And I would appreciate a like, comment, and a share if you are willing. But anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye.